Welcome to the latest show ever, the show that's so late it's early. I'm your host, Mr. Mask, and we have a very special show for you this evening. Before we get into it, I'd like to take a minute to thank the wonderful Tom Nook, and a very special thanks to the Mabel sisters. Without them, I wouldn't be nearly as dapper and stylish.
If I were you, Mr. Mask, I'd be pretending to be someone else too.
Oh, Coco. So what's the story then? You always wear that same red blazer.
If I could get away with a no belt and sneakers look, I would.
Well, how about you go hop in the river then, Coco, if you're gonna be such a silly goose.
Someday you'll go far, Mr. Mask, and I hope you stay there.
Anyway, now for the moment you've all been waiting for, island folk. It's time to introduce our guest this evening. He's a good egg for someone with cold feet. Freeze, a jolly good fellow. An ace fighter pilot, and now voted Penguin of the Year 2020. Introducing Boomer! Welcome to the show, Boomer. We're very excited to have you on tonight.
Well, thank you. Thank you for having me aboard to celebrate my birthday. It means the world to me, Mask. Everyone coming together like this. You guys, friends, family, the, audience.
Ah, shucks. The producers didn't mention we had a birthday. I definitely would have crafted you something nice. On second thought, I do have a fair amount of zero-interest bell debt to worry about.
Oh, you didn't have to get me nothing. You're an okay guy for saying that, though.
I bet the Wheel of Death will get you something nice.
Oh, I just realized. I could use some saved-up Nook miles and have something delivered to you by tonight.
Well, now that you mention it, there is one thing you could get me.
Okay, Boomer. Do tell.
I've been eyeballing one of them big satellite dishes. You know, one from the Nook catalog.
Ah, yes. That's an odd choice, but a welcome one. It would make a fine addition to the island, too. Come to think of it, we could use it as a signal booster to gain more viewers.
And I won't have to keep siphoning bandwidth from the neighbors to watch my
Hey, Mr. Mask, you ever heard why we penguins can't fly?
I'm not sure I have. Why?
Because we're not tall enough to be pilots! I don't know where I get that from.
Looks like Mr. Mask isn't the only one with an overt identity crisis.
Moving right along. What made you fly out to a deserted island? For someone that's so keen on exploration, I'd expect to find you anywhere else but here. Perhaps even someplace colder.
That's a good question. Well, I went on a bender one day and realized there was more to my life than aloha t-shirts, flying planes, and non-insured therapy. On top of that, the war kind of wore me down. So I decided to fly out here as a temporary relocation.
Oh, that's great, actually. So where do you think you might be headed next?
I think about that often. Maybe head somewhere south, link up with my other penguin comrades, or maybe work for Dodo Airlines. Flying is believing, I like to say.
How very fascinating. More on that in just a minute. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the latest show ever. Thanks for sticking with us. Anyway, earlier I had thanked the Mabel sisters for sponsoring our episode, and it made me remember there's been quite the scare in the community over an unknown villager running amok. Does the title Fashion Lad mean anything to you?
What in the actual fuck, Mr. Mask? If you're insinuating that Boomer, f***ing Boomer, is f***ing Fashion Lad, then I'm the goddamn Yeti.
Oh, hell! You got me, Mr. Mask. Guiltier than the time I clubbed those baby seals.
The fuck?
Some of the more snooty villagers were complaining to Isabel about a masked villager, so I figured it was a good enough time to bring up alter egos.
Well, Fashion Lad is a kind of made-up hero that tackles fashion disasters. It's not really as complicated or telling as you think, but he's my way of expressing the jumbled voices going through my noggin since I've been a resident here. And these voices ain't from that ghastly wisp floating around past midnight either.
Do the voices also tell you to bathe? Smells like a f***ing bird took a shit on this goddamn couch.
Oh, now there's an interesting predicament. I hear voices too, quite often in fact. My mask kind of makes me... Oh boy, I should definitely go get that. Hello? Oh, okay. Not a problem whatsoever. I know. He signed a waiver. Ah, for sure. Thank you. Okay, bye. It's been quite a while, island folk. But that was the producers downstairs. They are... How can I say this? displeased with my performance tonight.
I guess I'm just not supposed to question what just happened.
Such is life. Having that line of inquiry would be unfavorable for both of us and the viewers at home. I know for sure they definitely don't want that.
Well, wait, that was already cued. That was definitely cued. Oh God, I hear the voices. What? Is that you, John Boy? Is that you, John Boy? What have they done to you, John Boy? Good God, no! No!
On that note, it's time for the Wheel of Death. Let's spin that wheel. Ah, what a shame, Boomer. I guess you finally didn't see one coming.
It's all thanks to that damn Nook guy. He rigged it all. This whole operation, dead. Dead, dead, dead. We're all done for. I'm going down. I'm hit. Why did I make these choices?
Looks like we're out of time. Thank you again, Boomer, for being on our show tonight.
They don't pay me enough bells for this, Mr. Mask. I'll see you next week.
Until next time, I'm Mr. Mask. This has been the latest show ever, the show that's so late it's early. Don't forget to smash that like button, and if you enjoyed tonight's episode, please subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for next week's episode with a brand new guest. Good night!